Here are 10 books that will increase your Iman. And number one, we have the Quran. Now, it's obvious, but you need to actually understand it, not just recite it. Many people go their whole lives without actually reading the Quran fully in their language. So whatever your language is, there's a translation available. It's literally available in every single language. You'll find things that will talk about exactly what you're going through at every single page. There's something that you can connect with. It builds your Iman, and you can feel Allah directly speaking to you. Now the second one is a tafsir, but you get explanations, it expounds on it and expands on it. You have tafsir made from mufassirun who are masters of the language, so they'll have hidden meanings inside the language that you may not have known. You also get in detail connections with other Qur'anic verses, tafsir al-Quran bil-Quran, connections to a hadith from the Prophet ﷺ. It expands and expounds on the meaning completely. I highly recommend you start with tafsir Sa'di, not tafsir ibn Kathir. They're both amazing, but tafsir Sa'di is good, very, very good for beginners. Number three is The Ideal Muslim. Honestly, it might be one of the greatest books I've ever read. It is the ultimate guide to the everyday life of a true believer, and it makes you think what other system of life is as complete as the life of a true Muslim. How he treats his family, his parents, his friends, his neighbors, the rich and the poor, Muslims, non-Muslims, everyone, his neighbors, the elderly, the young, the old, the full sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Every chapter makes you reflect on your manners and character. It actually makes you emotional and teary-eyed. It makes you want to become a better person. Number four is Introduction to the Sciences of the Quran by Dr. Yasir Qadi. Now, before anyone says, oh, Yasir Qadi, this, that, whatever, this is a standard book, excellent, when he was in Medina University as well. It's a very, very good work with relied upon sources on it. Just an excellent resource on understanding different categories of the Quran. It breaks things down like the abrogation, the Makki Madini verses, Asbab al-Nuzul, reasons for revelation, things like that. It makes you learn more about the Quran and how it came down. It makes you appreciate it more because you might not actually have knowledge of the history of it. Number five is God is Beautiful by Navad Karmani. This is an incredible book that I should probably go and reread. It explains the magnificence of the Quran as a historical event. So he talks about when it was revealed, how pre-Islamic Arabia was, how the Jahiliyyah was, how people reacted when they first heard the Quran. So he talks about how people were crying, fainting, people even listening and dying from the sheer emotional weight of the revelation. It doesn't do a linguistic breakdown, it does a breakdown of the impact the Quran had as a cultural event or as a historical event on people. You walk away realizing how it really was unmatched. So especially if you talk about how amazing the Quran is, but you don't really know, you can't explain it, this is very, very good to understand how it changed the world really. Number six is The Divine Reality by Hamza Zortzes. This is a perfect book in the age of atheism, to spread dawah. I would even recommend this if you want to give dawah to anyone. I always say just give a translation of the Quran to anyone if you want to give dawah. This would be number two, The Divine Reality. It's incredible. If you've ever watched my Proving Islam video, this book is essentially that video much more detailed. Start of the book, you start as sort of an atheist, then you go to agnostic, you go all the way, and at the end, he even makes you take a shahada step by step. Like at the end, he finishes with a shahada, and it's very, very impactful. Number seven, Piety Towards Parents by Ibn al-Jawzi. Very, very emotional book. It has a lot of heart-softening stories I need to go back to about kindness to their parents, their rights, sacrifices, but even examples of people obeying their parents. I believe like companions or the righteous generation or early generations of examples of things they did, and it really makes you think, wow, that is how seriously they took Islam and that is how highly they viewed their parents. Number eight is Heart of the Quran by Asim Khan. This book is very powerful, especially if you want to know about the linguistics of the Quran or why the Quran is miraculous or this, that, want to understand the language of the Quran. This is your go-to book. It's filled with diagrams, root word analysis, the linguistic beauty of the Quran. It talks about the word structure, the word choice, why a specific word was chosen, what it can mean. It's very, very detailed. The entire book is on one Surah Yasin, right? Number nine, Secrets Within the Order of the Quran by Imam as-Suyuti. So this one is mind-blowing, especially since we know that the Quran wasn't revealed all at once. How all the different surahs connect to each other, what are the different things that connect, what are the different themes that interplay. It really blows your mind how the structure of the Quran works. And when you're reading this and you think about how the Quran was revealed, it makes you so sure that this literally could not have been revealed by a human, but also gives you so much understanding and appreciation to the depth of the Quran. And then number 10, I would end with Daily Sayings of the Prophet ﷺ. We often might not be reading hadith, and you always want to connect with the words of the Prophet ﷺ because they're beautiful, they're amazing, you feel like he's speaking directly to you. So you read the Daily Sayings of the Prophet ﷺ. A small book, it's 365, you can read one a day, but it reshapes your thinking, it purifies your heart, it constantly reminds you of the Prophet ﷺ. So I highly recommend that. So that's my 10 books to increase your Iman. None of these are difficult, but all of them will, inshallah, help you bring closer to Allah. So take your time with them, reflect, take notes, and keep learning.